Alrighty, so it is 12 o'clock and we do like to be punctual here at Ajax Union, so let's get started. My name is Elle Spector and I am a marketing ninja and the event coordinator here at Ajax Union. I spearhead the webinar, seminar, and networking efforts at our company. So what is Ajax? Ajax Union offers exceptional and affordable online marketing services. Our strategies include extensive search engine marketing, Google AdWords, blogging, smart social media, public relations, video marketing, and reputation management. With offices in Brooklyn and Manhattan, Ajax Union serves businesses of all kinds and across many different industries, from mom-and-pop retailers to major manufacturers. But really, at the end of the day, we're just a bunch of nerds who can help you grow your business online. To learn a little bit more about us, find out more at ajaxunion.com. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/AjaxUnion. Like us on Facebook and show us some love, facebook.com/AjaxUnion. Connect with us on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/companies/Ajax-Union. And if you have any questions either about Onsite SEO or any other marketing strategies that I just mentioned, feel free to call us online, 1-800-594-0444. With that, I'd love to introduce Matt Sieracki, our radio DJ personality and the awesome presenter of this Onsite SEO webinar.
Thank you, Elle. So, hello everybody. Good afternoon or good morning if you're out on the coast. My name's Matt Sieracki, and this is my webinar. It's all about search engine optimization, state-of-the-art SEO techniques to boost your website's ranking on Google and other search engines. So today we're going to discuss just what is SEO, why use it, how do you do it. We'll talk about keyword research, implementation, and tracking. And we should have some time for a Q&A at the end. And I believe Elle's going to get us started with a poll.
Absolutely. So before we begin our webinars, we do like to ask a quick poll just to gauge our audience here today. So today we're going to ask, what do you want to get out of Onsite SEO? And I'm going to launch the poll right now and leave it open for about 1 minute or so just so everybody can vote. Just take a second, vote on the above link, and we'll share the results momentarily. A few other housekeeping announcements while we do wait for the poll results. This presentation will last about 30 minutes, and as Matt mentioned, we will save all questions and answers for the end. If you do have any questions, we have a chat box that I will be monitoring diligently, so feel free to type your questions in, and I'll direct those to Matt at the end of this presentation. We will have another poll besides this one in the middle of the presentation as well, so definitely participate. We encourage it. It helps us understand our audience and to make sure we can cater this webinar directly for your needs. As I said before, our slides will be posted on our blog, ajaxunion.com/blog, tomorrow afternoon. And also, if you do have any questions following the webinar, I'm going to post my direct email address in the chat box and Matt's email address as well, so we can get questions answered for you even after this webinar. With that, I see that almost everyone here has voted, so I'm just going to close out of this poll and share the results with everyone. So the question was, what do you want to get out of Onsite SEO? 21% said more visibility, 8% said more conversions, 13% want to outperform their competition, and 58% said all of the above, which is great. That definitely helps us understand our target audience here a little bit better, and hopefully we can answer and help you with all of these strategies here today. Matt, I'm going to give it back to you.
Okay, thanks, Elle. So, what is SEO? Well, SEO is the process of affecting the visibility of a website or a web page in a search engine's organic, natural, or unpaid search results. SEO makes it easier for search engines to associate keywords with your site. So, over time, your site will be made more visible for users searching for those keywords. SEO, of course, stands for Search Engine Optimization. So we help your website show up in search engines. That leads to more visibility for your business, more credibility on the internet. The higher you rank, the more a user is likely to trust your business, your products, and your services. With more traffic, you'll get more sales for your website. That just stands to reason. And the best part, anyone can do it. Anybody at all. We have one more poll. Elle, if I can throw it over to you.
Absolutely. We're going to just give one more poll here today. And the question is, what's currently stopping you from optimizing your website? Is it too expensive, too technical, too intensive, too hard to track the results, or slow down, Ajax, I need to get a website first? And we're also going to leave this up for about another 30 or 45 seconds. You guys are voting super quick, which is so awesome. And we'll close out of this in about 30 seconds and close the results. Alrighty, so I see that most of you guys have voted. Let me just close this out and share the results with our audience today. 18% say that on-site SEO is too expensive, 36% say it's too technical, 18% say it's too intensive, 5% say that it's too hard to track the results, and 23% still need to get a website, which definitely is the first step for on-site SEO. Matt, let me close this out and shimmy it over back to you again.
Okay, thanks, Al. Yeah, it definitely helps to have a website if you're going to try search engine optimization. So that's probably step one. Now, let's say you have a website. Great. How do I do search engine optimization? Well, you've come to the right webinar. First of all, let's define organic results, which I referred to a couple of slides before. As you can see in this screenshot, this is just a typical Google search for costumes for dogs, something I look for every day. And in the center here, these are the results that are the organic or natural results. Everything that's kind of grayed out here, these are paid results. On the right, those are pay-per-click ads. In the middle, shopping results, etc. So what we're talking about here are just the results that are most common, the ones you're used to, and those are those organic results in the middle. Those are the ones that consumers trust, and those are the ones that are clicked on the most. So we'll get into all the steps involved in keyword research and all of that stuff, but before we get into that, you need to know if your website is getting in the way of your own search engine rankings. To use that, as the slide indicates, Google provides an indispensable tool, or a suite of tools, called Webmaster Tools. So Webmaster Tools lets you get the data, tools, and diagnostics for a healthy, Google-friendly site. Among many of the things that Webmaster Tools lets you do, you can check your site's health for potential issues that Google has detected, and you can make optimizations to help Google better understand and represent your site. I say this over and over again. Google is kind of dumb. It only knows what you tell it. If it doesn't understand what your site's about, it won't be able to elevate your rankings. So to install Webmaster Tools, it's very simple. Just go to google.com/webmasters, click that Add a Site button, and enter in your information. Now, bear in mind, once you do add your web page to Google Webmaster Tools, it's going to take a little while for all those spiders to index your site, understand all the data involved, look at your source code. So it can take about a week before you really start to get results. Now, some of the main things you're looking for when you're using Webmaster Tools. First of all, that sitemap. Bullet point number one. It's basically a sitemap is a file that serves as the architecture of your website. It makes it easy for search engines to index your site. They'll be able to see every single link in your entire website. This is a little bit different. You'll see on a lot of websites a link for sitemap, and that shows all of the links that you use to navigate a web page, and that's helpful. But that's not quite the same thing. Sitemap is typically a .xml file. They're easy to generate, and it's the first place Google looks for indexing your website. The next thing you can find in Webmaster Tools right off the bat are what are called crawl errors or soft 404s. Basically, those are links that appear somewhere on your website, but if you click it, it leads to a busted page. We've all seen that 404 not found error message, and Google has seen it too, of course. And they're not about to direct users to a website that has a bunch of busted links on it. So that can tamp down your search engine optimization no matter how good it is. Busted links don't make for a happy Google. So the way to fix that, a couple of ways. If, for example, the content at that link has moved to a different page, you can redirect it from the old link to the new one using a permanent redirect or 300 code. Or you can delete that link off your server entirely if it's something, say you used to sell a product that you don't anymore. You can just delete that link off your server and Google will be satisfied. Elsewhere on Webmaster Tools, an interesting tab called HTML Improvements that allows you to eliminate duplicate or missing metadata. These are the titles, descriptions. These things need to be unique so that Google will be able to ascertain the meaning of each page on your given site. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I could do 45 minutes on just Webmaster Tools. So SEO works by explaining to a search engine what that web page is all about. Now, how do you explain to Google what your web page is about? Well, you use keywords. So let's talk about how we do keyword research. First of all, what is a keyword? Well, a keyword is any word or short phrase that describes a website topic or page. The more a keyword is used by searchers and websites, the bigger it is. For example, French fries was typed into Google 246,000 times last month. That is a big keyword. By contrast, if you type French fries forever, that wasn't searched at all in the past month. If you do that today, you'll be the only one. That is not a big keyword. So how do you find all this out? Well, it's easy. Use the Google AdWords keyword tool. So here's the link, and basically the way it works is you click this link, enter one keyword or phrase per line, and you'll be told a lot of things, but most importantly, these two items: find out the monthly search volume. That means how many times a given keyword has been searched on Google in a 30-day average. You can also find that out globally or worldwide, and domestically. That's the local monthly search. And a handy thing that this tool does is gives you related keywords. So if you're trying to brainstorm good keywords that are relevant and targeted to your business goals, you'll have a nice list for you to crib. Now remember, with these keywords, bigger isn't necessarily better. You need to Chuck Taylor your results to your business and its goals. So this is what the keyword tool kind of looks like here. And as you can see, Pet Sitter gets 201,000 local monthly searches. You'll see that kind of in the center right towards the bottom of the page. That's such a big keyword at 200,000 searches. It's almost too much to try and tackle. You're better off modifying that keyword with customized phrases that have the double effect of paring down the volume to a reasonable size and better defining your business at the same time. So while Pet Sitter is great, perhaps Pet Sitter, professional pet sitter makes more sense, or Pet Sitter Jobs is something that your customers will be looking for, or Pet Sitter Rates. These are ways to, at the same time, make the search more relevant and more useful for your business. So you brainstorm your keywords, just like it sounds. Just what do you do? Write it out. Shoe retailer. This particular client sold shoes for wide feet and people who needed custom orthotic footwear. So you start with something very broad like shoes and start adding modifiers to that root keyword that you think accurately depict the business. So be creative. Wide shoes, expand that out to wide shoes for men or wide shoes for women, wide footwear for men, wide footwear for ladies. Use synonyms. Thesaurus.com is a great resource when you're trying to come up with some of these keywords. So you need to find that sweet spot. Not so big that it's out of reach, like French fries and its 250,000 searches. Not so small that it's pointless to optimize for it. Why would you optimize for a keyword that nobody searches for, like French fries forever, even though I like French fries? So it's pretty much the Goldilocks principle. You want these keywords to be just right, not too big, not too small, but also relevant. So let's put those keywords to work. Implementing your keywords to your website, which is what on-site search engine optimization is all about. It's a two-part process. You have two portions of your website. The metadata, which is part one here, that is information in the source code of your website that explains to Google what a given page is all about. It starts with the meta title. This is very important. Include your primary keyword in your meta title. You want Google associating that keyword with your page right off the bat. 66 characters or less. Basically, you want to keep this not so long that the characters will spill out of sight if you're looking in organic search results, or also the top tab of your browser. Most people use tabbed browsers now. The title appears in that tab. There's only so much room, about not even a third of a text message. So that's about where the sweet spot is. So for this one particular client who sold steel doors, Door Mart USA, hollow metal doors was their primary keyword, steel frames a secondary keyword, and Door Mart USA the name of the business. So you'll notice that we included an extra keyword there because we were able to fit it within those 66 characters. If you can fit 1 or 2 or even 3 keywords into that meta title without going over 66 characters, so much the better. Do it. Secondly, the meta description, just a one-sentence synopsis of the page that you are currently on. Again, not very long, about 156 characters, and include that primary keyword. And here's a little pro tip. Try to stick it at the front of that sentence. So here's an example of a meta description below. Hollow metal doors, frames, and architectural door hardware from Door Mart USA, the door and hardware warehouse. Hollow metal doors, as you can see from the meta title, is our primary keyword, and that's why we've emphasized it there. Part 2, once we get past your source code, we start talking about the body copy, the actual web page itself that most people see. This is the text content all around your page, and Google looks for very specific markers in the code of your page when trying to figure out the topic of this particular page. These specific markers can be optimized. This is where you put your keywords. For example, the H1 tag. Basically, that's a fancy term for the main headline on your page. Like a lot of people, if you go to a business website, will have an About Us page. If you click About Us, you go to a web page that will say About Us across the top. That's your typically H1 headline. That should be optimized. Instead of About Us, about, hollow steel doors or something like that. Include your primary keyword, and this H1 being the primary headline for the page, you only want to use it once. You don't want to confuse the indexing algorithm of Google when they're going through your site. So a sample H1 here, hollow metal doors from Door Mart USA. That's a great main page, home page, primary headline. Secondly, Google's little spiders, they're called, which is kind of creepy, will look for internal links on your page. Any link on your page is going to get indexed. So what you need to do is anchor your keywords with these internal links. So then the point being, Google associates that keyword with that link. Now, it can be too much of a good thing. I'm only talking about maybe 3, maybe 4 tops internal links on a given page. Any more than that, and you run the risk of having your optimization run against you, because Google will fear that with all these links you might be spamming users, and Google doesn't like that. Okay, so you've done all that. Let's say you've fixed your metadata, you've fixed your body content, you've included your keywords in the right place, you've got just one H1 headline, you didn't go overboard with the links. So now what do? Well, on-site search engine optimization, unfortunately, takes a little while to be felt. Google has a lot of steps they take in order to associate these keywords with your website and rank you accordingly. It has to crawl your site over and over again. It has to recognize those changes as something that's a permanent change to your site. Google rewards dependable, trustworthy websites. So it will adjust its rankings for your newly optimized keywords, and it takes about 3 months before accurately gauging the impact of the changes you've made. Basically, the bigger the keyword, it can tend to take a little bit longer. It also depends on factors like competition, but 3 months is a good baseline. If nothing's happening by 3 months, it's probably time to try something else. Meanwhile, while that's happening, PPC, pay-per-click, or Google AdWords are a great bridge strategy to get you from basically 0 to where your organic search results are where you want them to be. With pay-per-click, you can almost buy your way to the front of the line. But that's an entirely different webinar. Finally, the great thing about on-site search engine optimization is that you can track your results. So what you do, establish a baseline and just keep checking. You want to find out where your website is ranking for the keywords that you've come up with day one, and then go back and check, after a month or a couple of weeks if you're anxious. I know I check this stuff all the time. And there are a lot of ways to figure out how your website is ranking for your keywords. At Ajax Union, we have a great tool called RankZen. You can find it at www.rankzen.com. And that'll tell you how your domain's ranking for your keywords, and will highlight your organic competitors too. So it's a really useful tool. Another good one is a plugin, a simple plugin if you use a Firefox browser, and that's called Rank Checker. The link is right here, and again, it's just plug in a domain, associate the keywords with it, hit start, and it will tell you not only how that keyword does with your domain on Google, but also other search engines like Yahoo and Bing and those other sort of also ran websites. So let's recap. We've gone over a lot today. We've talked about what is SEO, why you need it. We've talked a little bit about Webmaster Tools and keyword research, how to update your metadata and body copy, and how to track your results. And Elle, I see a red screen. It looks like a special bonus. What's going on?
It is a special bonus. As a special thank you to everyone who joined in on our webinar today, we do have a bonus offer for you guys here. I guess we can disclose the bonus and head over to the next slide here. There we go. So next Tuesday on May 7th, we have a B2B marketing seminar. We're really excited about it. Our own CEO and president, Joe Apfelbaum and Sevi Friedman, respectively, will be teaching results-driven B2B marketing methods. They'll talk and touch upon things like content marketing, social media, e-commerce strategies, multi-channel marketing, email marketing. They'll do some more things about SEO, internet advertising, web analytics, and online video. And this will all be in an in-person presentation at the New Yorker Hotel in New York City. Tickets right now are selling for $50, but as a special thank you for everyone who did attend this webinar, we are giving you guys a 30% off coupon code. If you go to the link that's in orange on your screen right now, ajaxb2bmarketing.eventbrite.com, and use code 30webinar507, you will get 30% off at checkout. I'm actually going to post that in the link in the chat box right now, so it's a little easier. You don't have to scramble to write it down. But this offer is super exclusive only for people who do watch our webinars, and it really is a way for us to thank you guys, and also a great way to learn about some of the things Matt talked about, as well as things he touched upon like PPC and like Webmaster Tools in person in a refined classroom workshop sort of setting. We're really excited about it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or just check it out. We'd love to see you there. And if you do have any other questions, marketing@ajaxunion.com. If you send an email our way, we'll be able to get those taken care of as well. And now I see so many questions rolling in. I know this was a quick webinar, and we're actually, I think what we're going to do moving forward is also kind of divvy up some of the topics that we discussed here today and maybe do a series of 3 or 4 smaller webinars just to really dive into some of the things we had discussed into more and greater detail. So if anybody's asking specific questions, we will absolutely do things like a PPC webinar, and we'll definitely set those up soon. All of our webinars are actually available right now on ajaxunion.com/webinars. So if you do have any questions about our upcoming webinars, they are listed over there. And now we can get to the question and answer section. I see so many questions. So Matt, are you ready to tackle these?
Sure, let's go.
Absolutely. All right, so question number 1. How does adding links to my site help SEO?
Well, we touched on that just a second ago, but basically the idea is when you are using a link on your site for SEO purposes, you need to take your keyword, whatever your keyword might be, and make sure it's related to the link that you're going to anchor those keywords with, and put that visibly on the page. The reason it helps is because when you are pairing a keyword with a link that's closely related like that, the little Google spiders will recognize what you're trying to do, which is inform people about what a keyword is by the information associated with the landing page of that link. And as such, Google will make that link more visible for web searchers. That's why you associate keywords with links. Again, you don't want to do it too much. A little goes a long way. 2 or 3 or 4 a page would really do the trick. Any more than that, and there are services out there that will, link to your site hundreds of times over. Google has gotten wise to that technique. It's called black hat SEO. It's no good, and it will hurt your search engine results. But used appropriately, internal linking is a vital strategy for SEO.
Perfect. Thank you, Matt. Let me see over here. Next question. I'm thinking about redesigning my website. How will that impact my SEO?
That's a terrific question. I get it all the time. When a business redesigns its website, you run the risk of losing a lot of the traction that you've gained with your SEO up to that point. So there are some ways that you go in and protect your optimization. The most important one, I would say, is you want to make sure that the links from one design to the next are as close to exactly the same as possible. There's a phrase that we kick around a lot called link juice. You don't want to lose the juice from those links by moving to a new platform that results in a bunch of brand new, unfamiliar to Google links. You want, for a seamless transition, keep your links from one design to the next as similar as possible. That's probably the most helpful thing you can do.
Perfect. Thank you. Next question. What's the perfect amount of keywords to add to my website and why?
That's kind of, the short answer is it depends. I would say that one thing you have to think about is how much text you already have on your web page. A given web page could have as much as 400 or 500 words. Some might have only 50 or 70. You have to be very conscious not to overstuff your content with keywords. Much like Google doesn't like overstuffed links, it doesn't like overstuffed keywords generally. So you need to find an appropriate density, somewhere on the order of 5 to 10% of the total verbiage on a given page to use just for keywords. And that should get you in the good graces of the search engines.
Perfect. Next question over here. Does it help or hurt your ranking to purchase the keyword as a domain and forward it to the page?
It does and it doesn't. It's my opinion that your resources are better spent optimizing the web page that you actually care about and not spending quite as much time on, buying wideshoes.com and redirecting it to your actual store. You're really much better off optimizing for the content that you really care about and not going out and buying a bunch of domains willy-nilly. That's sort of an outdated SEO technique, and you're much better off optimizing the sites you have. Now, it is a good idea with your website to build out pages that are centered around a keyword, like a landing page. So, like, say you have, ajaxunion.com/internet marketing or ajaxunion.com/onsite SEO. Internal pages like that, spin-offs that include your keyword as part of the domain, is a good idea.
Perfect. Few more, and then we're going to wrap up. And again, if we don't get to your question just because we're a little short on time, you can always email me or Matt specifically. I'll type our emails out in the chat box as well, and we'll get those answered for you in a private email. Let me see over here. If you've already moved to another platform and had broken links for a couple of months, is it possible to recover by going in and fixing them?
The short answer is yes, but it'll take some time. It's always a good idea to clear up old, busted, not functioning links, whether you're switching from one platform to the next or whether you've had the same website for 10 years. It's just, I can't stress enough how much Google really hates links that don't go anywhere. The whole philosophy Google has is they want people to use their website. People are only going to use Google if they're led to websites that help them learn the information that they want or get the service that they want. As such, Google applies kind of strict rules to all the websites that it indexes to make sure that they're as informative as possible, so that the websites that it gives good rankings to are actually helping people who are searching. It's a great big circle.
Perfect. Simple question here, but in meta titles, do spaces count as characters?
Yes, they do.
They do. Awesome. And another question is a little more in depth. Are meta keyword tags now out of date? I'd like to know if it's still important to use that or if I should just focus on header and description tags.
The meta keyword tag has been around for a long time, and it's got some miles on it, frankly. It's really only good for reference. Google ignores the meta keywords tag for the most part. I know Yahoo gets a little bit of use out of it, and Bing again to a smaller extent. But since Google represents 80% of the search engine traffic worldwide, you're really best suited to tailor to them. You can include the meta keywords as, say, a reference, but you might not want to list all your keywords out just in case your competitors are snooping around your source code, which is just as easy as clicking Control-U on your keyboard. And if your meta keywords are sitting there, then your competitors will know exactly what you're trying to optimize for. Some people care about that, some people don't. But it's definitely something worth considering. The short answer is meta keywords as a meta tag, not the most important aspect of SEO by a long shot.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And does capitalization make any difference in meta?
Only very slightly. Maybe in the meta description, that'll matter for your keyword. Grammar is important. For your titles, of course, you want things to be capitalized correctly. You don't want to go full caps and shout at anybody, but a little bit of capitalization goes a long way in your meta description for sure.
Perfect. And I think I'm going to take this last question here. And if we did not get to your question, I will post our emails in the chat box right now. Last question that we have time for today. Let me see. How do I get my business on Google Places listing in the first page?
Well, getting anything on the first page of Google is almost easier said than done. But Google Places can be optimized in very similar ways to a website. You have make sure that your address, your business name, your description are all correct, and include your keywords where appropriate, and don't overstuff them. That's the best advice I can offer with Google Places.
Perfect, thank you. And now we do have to wrap up, but a few other questions came in about the presentation. Yes, it will be available. We will try to put up this recording on ajaxunion.com/webinar within the next few days. And tomorrow afternoon, we will put the presentation up as well on ajaxunion.com/blog. So we will blog about this webinar. We will include the PowerPoint slides if you wanted to see them again. ajaxunion.com/blog tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, Matt, thank you so much for an awesome presentation. We had so many questions, and I really hope that we were able to answer all of them. Matt, you did a great job. Thanks so much.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And if you do have any other questions, feel free to email us. Otherwise, check out that seminar. It should be really great. We're really looking forward to it. We'll talk a little bit more about SEO there in person, give you guys some worksheets. Should be an awesome time for the remainder of our webinars, ajaxunion.com/webinar. And thank you guys. Have a great day.